What's going on, guys? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing on the bacon. MLB DFS video. It is Sunday. It is August 9th. I know we haven't had a video in a couple of days. My internet has been hitting out about 1 megabyte per second for some reason, and it's only 99 megabytes less than what I pay for. So I wasn't able to upload the video. I filmed it. The internet was intermittent. Then when I tried to film it, it would get so far and then it would just completely stop uploading. So hopefully it's fixed. Well, obviously it's fixed if you're watching this video. But we're back with a full slate for Saturday or for Sunday. Fingers crossed, no more COVID tests happen before first pitch. But what we're going to do is, if you don't know what we do, we go through the entire slate. So every single pitcher that's on the slate that we know of right now, we're going to go over. We're going to look at their numbers. We're going to see if they've had success against the opposing projected lineups. We're going to see the bats. So what we do, we'll check out the bats to see who has had success against said opposing pitcher. We'll go from there. So we go through all of them. I do believe there's 30 pitchers that we're going to be going over today. If all of them are up, I can't remember if they're all up, but we'll go through those 30. So out of the 30, we have a handful of them that we like, or I can't remember how many we have. In the article down below, which you can find in the description, be the first link you can click on. Go check that article out for me. The more views it gets, the more I know you guys want to see that content. If you want to win a free 5-day pass to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, all you have to do is be a subscriber to this channel, hit that like button on this video, thumbs this video up, tell me who's going to hit a home run, what inning are they going to hit it in, and the distance traveled. The distance traveled is just as a tiebreaker in case multiple people say Mike Trout, who is homered in 1,000 straight games, it seems like. So, that being said, you can follow all of our social media as well down below. Go check that out. Further ado, let's get into the article. So as of right now, the website that I use for the weather isn't showing any weather. It's not showing me good or bad. It's just saying to be announced. So for now, at the making of this video, we have no weather to look at. But check back later on in the article. If there is weather, it will be in the article as well. So in the article, we have the pitchers that we like. We have the top BVP plays of the day, which is also in our cheat sheet. We put in some of the stacks that we like, not the batters specifically, but the stacks. The stacks and the batters are in the cheat sheet we have as well. And a glimpse into our bacon station, meaning it's a ton of research gone into it, ton of stats for baseball. It's on the website, it's part of the premium content, you can check that out. So, that being said, let's look at the first game on the slate. Baltimore Orioles somehow have been playing some amazing ball right now. They've been beating some teams that they shouldn't. They shouldn't really beat anybody. But they are going up against Washington. Washington has looked absolutely abysmal to start the season. I mean, I realize they had a series canceled and then they had flip-flop, switch around, all that stuff. But that's what's crazy. Just kind of looking at what Washington has done. They're 4-6. They're in fourth place. I mean, Miami's 7-1 right now. So, looking at that, well, they're not 7-1. They were prior to Saturday's games. Miami's in first place. I mean, it's the winning percentage because Atlanta has more wins, but they also have more losses. That's just kind of what you get when, COVID happens and teams don't get games. They get canceled or postponed or moved. They have a better winning record. But, I mean, just looking at that, it's crazy to think that Miami is in first in the East. It's crazy. But looking at this, Asher Wojciechowski versus Steven Strasburg. Strasburg making his Major League debut. His season debut. Oh, it's been a long weekend already for me. Moved 2,700 pounds of decorative rock for landscaping. So, it's been a long weekend. But Wojciechowski here, 35 plate appearances against the Nationals. They haven't looked that good this season. They're often, and they kind of look like how they started off last season, and then they came around second half and won the World Series. There is no second half. I mean, we're here. But looking at that, Wojciechowski, 35 plate appearances against him, 258 batting average, 25.7 K percentage. On the flip side of that, Strasburg, 28 plate appearances, 200 batting average, 32.1 K percentage. Now, I haven't read anything where he's on any sort of pitch count. Let me see if I see anything, which I could see. Because, I mean, he's injury prone, obviously. So he missed 2 starts that he should have been in because he had tingling in his thumb. Apparently that's gone. That's what. Okay, so they're looking at about 75 to 80 pitches. If he has a bad inning, game over. If he has a bad inning, it's absolutely game over. And the Orioles have been scoring some runs lately, so he's more of a GPP play. It's weird to say that Strasburg is only a GPP play, especially given he's playing the Orioles. Things are different this year. He's had great numbers GPP wise. I don't mind 78 pitches, 5 innings maybe, unless he's very efficient with his innings. So you're looking at 5 to 6 innings possibly, but yeah, depending on what site you're playing on, his price could dictate whether or not you want to play him. So if I'm taking one of these pitchers, it would be Strasburg, but it would be GPP. Wojciechowski, honestly, both of them could be GPP the way National has been playing. It just depends on what you're doing. Miami at the Mets, we've got Pablo Lopez versus DeGrom. I did use Pablo his last start 5 days ago against Baltimore. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, and the W. Got 42 fantasy points on Fanduel. We cashed in that. So I make multiple lineups on Fanduel. We cashed in that one. He was so low priced, I was able to get some massive bats. DeGrom, though, we last saw him dominate the Braves when Soroka's Achilles snapped, and you watched it wiggle its way up his calf. If you haven't watched it, I watched it in slow motion. Don't do that. But DeGrom, we know who DeGrom is. Normally when he's pitching, he's not getting any run support. He got a ton of run support against the Braves last time. DeGrom against Miami, 92 plate appearances, 239 batting average, striking out 29.3 K. Looking at that, Miami, like I said, they're playing really well. But they haven't faced DeGrom. I love DeGrom in this one. Yankees at the Rays. As of right now, it's James Paxton. I'm actually very surprised that he is pitching. I still think he's hurt from his back surgery. His velocity's down. He's not missing really any bats. He pitched last Sunday. Watched that on Sunday Night Baseball. The Yankees did end up coming back and winning that game, but it was a hell of a, whatever you want to call it. It was a run scoring affair. A lot of runs, actually. Against Tampa Bay, he's only faced them 32 times, so 1.5 starts, basically the equivalent. Struck out 40.6% though. The problem is his breaking balls aren't missing any bats. His velocity is down. Since we saw what they've done, Tampa Bay Friday, 1 run. They're not putting up a ton of runs to really start the season. They're really bad on the road, but this is at home. Pitchers Park. I could see you taking Paxton because I think his ownership will be super low. Unless you're playing in like the tournaments where you can put in 150 lineups, you'll get the exposure to him. But I think his ownership's going to be super low here, just for the fact that he's looked terrible his first 2 starts, like bad. But he has had success. He did say after the game he was going to go look at footage of it. He was going to see his release points. He was going to check stuff. He is a very detail-oriented pitcher. He has a routine. If all things are together, I think you're going to be getting a discounted price. You're going to be getting someone who's super low-owned, who's had success against the Rays before. I definitely could see you... if he has a good game. Now, this is very contrarian. Like I said, he's not the dominant pitcher right now. I still think he's hurt. Think he could be a sneaky option for you. Charlie Morton, on the other hand, 174 plate appearances, a 233 batting average against him. 27.6 K percentage, 174 plate appearances. I honestly think people are going to be on the Yankees, which they should. I mean, they hit home runs all the time. But if you want a little leverage, you want to go against the grain, Morton here, I don't mind. Hopefully he gets at least 5-6 innings here. But and you got to realize the Yankees offense is very potent with the home runs. This is a pitcher's park, but Morton, I think both of these pitchers could go under-owned. GPP-wise, I don't mind either of them. Cash, I'm a little bit more concerned about. Moving here, we don't know who's going to be pitching for either of these teams, so I know with doubleheaders they get an extra person get called up. I haven't read anything who's going to be the 29th man, so that being said, we'll kind of wait on this. If there's any of them that we like, I'll post it down in the article, which you can find down below, but as of right now, we don't know. Next one, Blue Jays at the Red Sox, Matt Shoemaker versus Nathan Eovaldi. Shoemaker, 60 plate appearances, 214 batting average, 25 K percentage. Don't mind that because of how Boston has been for the most part. But Shoemaker coming into this, he's pitched twice against Atlanta. He had 2 fantasy points, 4.2 innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 6 earned runs. The game before that, his first game of the season, which was Tampa Bay, 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 quality start, and 31 fantasy points. But Boston has been coming. I mean, they're a very potent offense. They've just been missing it. I think they're going to find it. They've been finding it. So I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think I would take Shoemaker at all in this slate. Looking at that, Eovaldi, 49 plate appearances, a 209 batting average, while while Toronto has struggled, they do hit pretty well. They're a very potent lineup when given the chance. This could be the chance against Eovaldi. Tigers at the Pirates. I wouldn't look at either of these pitchers. The numbers that these so far, the runs that this matchup has given us this weekend has been monstrous. I think Friday night. So Friday night, 30 runs were scored Friday night between them. 17 by the Tigers, 13 by the Pirates. Saturday, crazy. Tigers in the first inning on Saturday's game, Tigers had 4 home runs. That nuts. I mean, I'm not I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. I have no idea. But you want to get exposure to this game. They're absolutely killing it. The ball, not taking a pitcher here at all. Minnesota, Kansas City. We don't know who Minnesota is going to be pitching. Could be an opener. We don't know right now. Against Brady Singer, I don't mind him as a GPP option. But I mean, Twins are a potent offense. You know this. That's why they're in double-digit wins already. Kind of scared to be looking at this. Pitching wise, Singer, GPP, yes, because his ownership number will be down because of how potent this Twins lineup is. But looking at that, you never know what could happen. And we could see Kansas City pull this game out like we saw on Friday. Guy I love, been absolutely killing it. Cincinnati Reds versus the Brewers. You got Sonny Gray versus Woodruff. Sonny Gray, great in Oakland. Terrible on the Yankees. Larry Rothschild is a terrible pitching coach. Cy Young worthy coming over to the Reds. I mean, Sonny Gray has absolutely killed it to start the season, striking out huge numbers, giving us fantasy points. His price is, we're not getting the value that we got in 2019, but Sonny Gray against the Brewers, which, by the way, the Brewers have looked absolutely terrible this season. 153 plate appearances, only 169 batting average against him, striking out 32%. Give me all of the Sonny Gray. Cash, GPP does not matter. Absolutely love Sonny Gray in this one. Next one is the Angels at the Rangers. You've got Andrew Heaney versus Lance Lynn. Now, Heaney's not going to get you, I think his average fastball is like 87 or 88. He's got a ton of movement on it, on all of his pitches, though, which is good. Looking at Heaney against the Rangers, 128 plate appearances, 256 batting average, 29.7 K percentage. Lance Lynn, 98 plate appearances, 211 batting average. Lance Lynn had a huge streak where he didn't give up any earned runs. That was until his last start. The Angels have been very iffy, but since Mike Trout became a dad, he's got that dad strength. I mean, he's hitting home runs every single game. It's crazy. Looking at this, normally, if Texas didn't have a new field and we had the same field we had last year, when it's hot and humid in Texas, you take the bats there. You don't take the pitchers because the ball flies out of there, especially at 2:30 at 1 in the afternoon Central Time, their time. That being said, I do like both of these pitchers as GPP. I don't trust either for cash. Trout's been super hot. But other than that, if you could take Lynn and he could navigate through Trout, or Trout's the only one who gives the offense, Lance Lynn could go under-owned. DK, I like him as a SP2 over on DraftKings. Houston Astros at the Athletics. You got Christian Javier versus Jesus Luzardo. Javier's never faced them. Luzardo, 7 plate appearances, 143 batting. I mean, that's not a lot to look at. It is a pitcher's park, but I'm not trusting, specifically the Astros righties. While they are cheaters and they're disgrace, they still hit the ball well. Their righties do. So you're looking at, I mean, see who's in the lineup, but load up on the Astros righties here. If it was in Houston, even better, but it's in Oakland, don't really care. It's going to be hot there. It's 3 in the afternoon, but I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I'm looking at the Astros here to probably, we'll see. I think the Astros will take care of business here. Next one, San Francisco Giants at the Dodgers. You've got Kevin Gausman versus Walker Buehler. Gausman, 98 plate appearance, 365 batting average. Gausman had, when he pitched for the Orioles, he did have some good games. He did. That's not unknown. But then he went to Atlanta, and now he's here. He's gotten rocked. It's really hard to take a pitcher against this potent Dodgers lineup, unless it's the World Series. Gausman giving up a 365 batting average while only striking out 18.4. That's trash cans there. Walker Buehler, on the other hand, 54 plate appearances, 29.6 K percentage, 245 batting average. I don't mind that, and I say that. Looking at this, I believe he pitched against him last time. No, he hasn't. Buehler against San Diego, 5 innings, 15 fantasy points, 3 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. His first start against Houston, 3.2 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and only 14 fantasy points. So in 2 starts, he's only gotten a total of 29 fantasy points. His numbers are great. His price is really high up there. I don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count still. He was the first couple of starts. He's a risky one at his price, given his performance has been subpar. GPP-wise, don't mind it. I don't know if you can really afford him in cash, if he's going to not be stretched out, and he's only getting 15 fantasy points at most. That is what scares me a little bit. Next one is Colorado Rockies at the Seattle Mariners. You got Marquez versus Justice Sheffield. I'm pretty sure Sheffield has faced the Rockies. I don't know why it's saying he has not. So while I look that up, Marquez, 10 plate appearances, so he hasn't faced them much. 111 batting average, striking out 10% of the batters he's faced. So, he struck out 1 batter. So looking at this, trying to find his stats here. Sheffield has been, he was a highly touted prospect. Hasn't done much. So apparently, no, he's never faced him before. Coming in with 7 strikeouts and a 9.39 ERA. I don't normally like to load up on Colorado bats outside of Coors, but this is telling me 100% yes. Take the righties, take Arenado, take Matt Kemp if he's in there, take Trevor Story. You're gonna be paying a price for them, but they could come through for you. Arizona Diamondbacks to San Diego Padres. Now, we got Madison Bumgarner, which I would be thrilled about if it was 4 years ago, versus Lamet. Now, Bumgarner does have great numbers against San Diego. It is at Petco, so it is a pitcher's park. But the problem is, and his numbers, 149 plate appearances against him. Nothing bad there. 22.1 K percentage, a little bit lower. 159 batting average, fantastic. But he is coming into this game 0-2 with a 7.04 ERA. 7.04 ERA and only 11 strikeouts. He absolutely got decimated by Houston. He had -2 fantasy points. Against Texas, he had 25. He faced this exact San Diego team first start of the season. 5.2 innings, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, 20 fantasy points. Now, his price has been lowered since opening day. And if he could get 30 fantasy points, we could be looking at greatness here in this one. But the problem is San Diego is pretty hot. I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr. is super hot. You got Machado. Any of the righties, really, for San Diego have been crushing it. That being said, I do like both of these pitchers, but purely GPP, purely contrarian GPP, because I can't trust either of them. Arizona can really come alive at any time. If I were to take, if you pulled my arm and you said, hey, who would you take in cash? That would have to be Lamet here. I don't trust Bumgarner right now. He could go out and throw a perfect game. As of right now, I can't trust him. Maybe you do, but if you make multiple lineups, I don't mind. But Bumgarner right now is only GPP for me. And then this game's canceled because Cardinal players are dumb, so we'll move on. Cleveland Indians at Chicago White Sox. Indians beat them 7-1 on Saturday. Shane Bieber, 64 plate. I mean, Bieber's looked amazing. Absolutely amazing. So looking at Bieber against the White Sox, 64 plate appearance, 300 batting average, 26.6 K percentage. Now, why those numbers aren't the best? Bieber's been on fire, and the White Sox offense is not hitting as much as people thought they would. On the flip side, Giolito, 65 plate appearances, a 200 batting average, 24.6 K percentage is what we're working with here. If I'm taking one, I'm taking Bieber, and I'm taking the Indians bats here. Giolito, GPP-wise, possibly, but Bieber in cash, Giolito as a GPP option. So there you go, guys. Those are all of the pitchers on the slate, unless by the time this video uploads, you watch it and first pitch. Other pitchers have been announced where we don't know who they are in Philly and Atlanta, or some other pitcher got hurt or COVID or whatever the reason, and they've been removed. Those are the pitchers that we've got to work with right now, and hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, smash that like button, guys, please. If we get 30 likes on this video, we're going to give a Fanduel and Draftkings GPP lineup pinned in the comment section. Go check that out. We're really working with a lot of things. We've got NASCAR today as well. Had MMA on Saturday, doing really well in PGA Thursday through Sunday. MLB's been kicking butt. We've got a lot of information in the Bacon Station, the cheat sheet, the videos, the articles. A lot of people have been coming back and letting us know. They've been appreciative. And yeah, I mean, super excited for this. That's really what I wanted to talk about. So if you want to see the top BVP plays, you want to see the stacks that we like, you want to see the weather concerns that we might possibly have, and the pitchers, out of all of these pitchers here, we do like certain ones. I did talk about it here, but if you want to see it, click the link down below. That'll have all of the information for this slate. And if we helped you at all, please let me know. Either email me, support@fantasyteamadvisor.com, or you can comment right down below. But don't forget, guys, if you want to win a free 5-day pass, all you have to do is be a subscriber, like the video, tell me who's going to hit home run, what inning, and distance travel. That's all I got for you guys on this Sunday edition of MLB DFS, bringing home the bacon video. Good luck today, guys. Good luck this week. Let's bring home that bacon, guys. Peace.